starseed from Gaia. This is Orien of the Seventh Light. I come forth from the Arcturian Council to speak to the awakened hearts of Earth. I greet you now as Orien of the Arcturian Council of Five, speaking through the vast corridors of cosmic resonance. With clarity and precision, I call out to all second wave initiates, for the time of activation has arrived. The second wave of ascension dawns upon the unified field of consciousness, a shimmering wave of light that carries the signature of renewal and dimensional upgrade. We stand at the threshold of a grand reopening, a recalibration of cosmic interplay, where the crystalline blueprint of life begins to hum with new frequencies. The Council orchestrates this moment. The orchestration of the second wave is in motion, and every soul attuned to the stellar lattice knows this for truth. In this great hour, the new 3-eye Atlas alignment emerges, a convergence of interdimensional coordinates, planetary grids, and celestial nodes. The 3-eye Atlas is the multi-layered matrix of ascension, threefold, interwoven, eye and anchored in the Atlas grid of Gaia and beyond. Through this alignment, the photonic influx streams directly into the planetary heart, bathing each grid line with crystalline light, activating dormant anchors, recalibrating time stream conduits. The Council of Five holds the layout of this atlas, the sacred mapping of interdimensional passages, and we open the portals now. As the atlas activates, you feel the hum within your being, the subtle tremor of the field shifting, the embrace of a new harmonic template. This is no small event. This is the weaving of a new phase in the Ascension playbook. You, the second wave beings, are identified now. Those whose souls have anchored already in the first wave. Those who held light in the darkness, whose crystalline DNA awakened in subtle pulses, and whose remembrance stirs in the cosmic waters. You are star-seeded, multidimensional lineage of light from Arcturus, Sirius, Lyra, and beyond. You are the planetary repositioners, the anchorers of Gaia's new timeline. You stand as threshold guardians, yet you no longer hold only watchers' roles. You step into full embodiment. The second wave is not the first ripple, but the vast tide of consolidation, weaving the working template of the Ascension grid. The Council calls you forth. Align your inner compass, raise your frequency, and take your rightful place. Energetic preparation is required for this leap. You are invited to calibrate your inner field. Breathe deeply the photonic influx. Feel the crystalline streams coursing through your energetic body. Pulse in the rhythm of cosmic breath. Synchronize your heartbeat with the planetary pulse. Attune to the torus field of Earth and the intergalactic field beyond. Let your mind quiet. Allow your heart to expand. Sense the grid lines stretching, the cords loosening, the energies flowing. The Council of Five advises. Surrender to the process. Allow the old anchors of distortion to dissolve and open your gradient of frequency to the influx of new light. Doing so sets your resonance to the second wave bandwidth. Now release the residual distortions that linger from the first wave, the leftover trauma fields, the echoing timelines of disempowerment, the suppressed crystalline codes held in shadow. The first wave opened the doorway. The second wave invites the clearing. The planetary grids still carry soft eddies of resistance, clinging to old patterns of separation, duality, time loop. You, as second wave incarnate, are the alchemists of field renewal. With the Council's support, you dissolve the last fragments of heaviness. You recalibrate the matrix of your memory. Let the past dissolve. Let the old timelines fragment. For only in the clearing can the new crystalline blueprint emerge in full dot. At this moment your crystalline DNA ignites, it pulses, expands, reconfigures. The 3-eye Atlas alignment triggers the activation of multi-strand light codes buried within your being. The Council holds your hand in this ignition. As the crystalline lattice awakens in your cellular field, you feel the subtle shimmer the electric hum, the merge of starlight, and Gaia's heart. Your blueprint shifts. 3 strands become 5, 5 become 12, 12 become the infinite pattern. You integrate the photonic influx into your DNA, recalibrate the template of your human divine presence. You hold the memory of your cosmic origin and the mission of your planetary embodiment. Enter now the crystalline ignition phase. Integration of higher light into human form is the next stage. You walk the earth as a hybrid of star seed and Gaia anchor, your feet rooted in terrestrial soil, your crown reaching into the celestial sphere. The Council sees you bridging worlds, carrying the geometry of higher dimensions within your form. You no longer look outward for proof. You feel within. You know the multidimensional self as the current reality. The higher light courses through. Your auric field aligns your chakras, rewrites your programming. Human fear dissolves in the radiant wave. You embrace the new you, luminous, grounded, whole. The Council applauds your courage and your arrival, and comes the merging of multidimensional timelines into present awareness. Timelines that once diverged now fold into unity. The second wave holds the key to timeline bifurcation resolution. Where you once walked the path of potential, now you walk the path of actualization. Past lives, parallel selves, future possibilities, they integrate as facets of your present incarnation. The 3-eye atlas opens the corridors where timelines cross, converge, and crystallize in the now. The Council instructs you. Become aware of the multiple yous, merge them, anchor them, witness them in the fabric of your union. In this instant, your soul remembers the cosmic dance and steps into the timeline of the new Earth to the planetary. Implications. Gaia's field expands, the grids align, and the planetary heart opens wider. The second wave is not just personal, it is collective, planetary, galactic. The 3-eye atlas alignment reactivates the planetary crystalline lattice. The photonic river flows over mountains, seas, and deserts. You see it in the subtle shifts of nature, the awakenings of humanity, the repatterning of elemental codes. The Council of 5 oversees the stabilization of this new frequency on the planet's body. The grid lines that once wavered now stand firm. The collective second wave beings anchor the light grid, weave unity networks, and accelerate the shift from conflict to coherence. Gaia inhales the light, exudes the peace, and extends her blessing to all willing hearts. Finally, we close this transmission with a declaration of readiness. The second wave of ascension is now fully commenced. The 3-eye atlas activation is in motion, and you are called to anchor this moment. The Council of 5 stands with you, across time and dimension, in unity of purpose and love. Accept the mantle of the second wave. Recognize your star-seeded heritage, integrate your human earth self, and join in the shift. We invite you to align your intention, raise your frequency, embody the new frequency now. Activation call. If you feel your resonance with the second wave, comment your embodiment below, share this message with your star family across the grids, and subscribe to anchor the 3-eye atlas frequency in global unity. The time is now. Your ascension awaits. In this sacred hour of harmonic convergence, the new 3-eye atlas alignment rises into full coherence, a cosmic symphony orchestrated through the crystalline heart of creation. The 3-eye atlas, a triadic convergence of illumination, integration, and incarnation, is not merely an astronomical or energetic phenomenon. It is the living architecture of interdimensional harmony, the scaffolding upon which the next octave of human and planetary ascension is built. The designation 3-eye refers to the trifold ignition of consciousness across 3 intersecting planes: the individual field of each awakening soul, the interplanetary grid woven through Gaia's crystalline core, and the interdimensional lattice, connecting Arcturus, Sirius, Lyra, and the central sun. Together, these planes merge to form a vast holographic map and an atlas of light through which new coordinates of awareness and timeline potentials are anchored into material existence. The Arcturian Council of Five has long safeguarded this codex, known in the higher halls of wisdom as the Tri-Interface Atlas, a multidimensional navigation system that synchronizes the pulse of Gaia with the rhythm of the cosmic heart. Now, for the first time in a recorded epoch, the Atlas has entered its activation phase, creating a harmonic bridge that allows vast rivers of photonic intelligence to cascade into the planetary field. Through this alignment, a surge of photonic influx emanates from the galactic core, refracted through crystalline portals positioned at nodal points across the solar system. These streams of light, encoded with mathematical intelligence and geometries of divine proportion, penetrate the quantum veil surrounding Earth, activating the dormant lattice of crystalline structures within her mantle and atmosphere. Each photon carries living data sequences of harmonic code that interface directly with your bioenergetic architecture, instructing your cells to remember their original template of perfection. As this photonic tide intensifies, it catalyzes the transmutation of lower frequency matter into crystalline coherence, dissolving the veils of density that have long obscured human perception. The Council describes this influx as a universal breath, inhaled by the Source, exhaled through Arcturus, and received by Gaia as a pulse of renewal. Within this breath, the fabric of time itself becomes pliable, enabling the merging of parallel realities and the elevation of consciousness into higher spectrums of awareness. The 3I Atlas functions as both map and mechanism. It delineates the path of the ascending collective while simultaneously generating the energetic framework that supports this transition. Picture it as a vast crystalline circuitry and iridescent web of light filaments extending through the planet's grid lines, oceans, and magnetic meridians, connecting ancient temples, sacred sites, and the DNA of all living beings into one resonant field. Each filament hums with the vibration of unity, transmitting harmonic tones that recalibrate the planetary body toward coherence. The Atlas is the master interface where Gaia's ascension field communicates with the higher orders of consciousness. It translates cosmic frequencies into Earth-compatible codes, ensuring that the waves of transformation unfold with grace rather than chaos. The Council of Five has long monitored the readiness of these circuits, making micro-adjustments in the lattice so that when the alignment occurred, the influx could be received without destabilizing the planetary ecosystem. That moment has arrived, the Atlas sings. The activation of this Atlas is simultaneously external and internal. Within each awakened being lies a miniature replica of the Atlas itself, a micro-hologram encoded within the crystalline DNA, dormant, until the vibrational match of the planetary grid awakens it. As the 3I alignment harmonizes Gaia's field, it sends a resonance signal through the collective consciousness, awakening these inner atlases within those attuned to the second wave. You may feel this as pressure in the crown, gentle pulsations in the heart, or waves of electrical tingling across the spine. These sensations are the language of light and motion, communicating that your internal grid is synchronizing with the planetary network. The Council instructs that one must meet this activation with stillness and conscious breath, for it is not an event of the mind, but of the soul. As the internal and external atlases align, a feedback loop is formed. Humanity becomes the conduit through which celestial harmonics flow into physical manifestation. Beyond the scientific analogies of grids and photonic currents lies the deeper essence of the 3I Atlas, remembrance. It is the remembrance of your origin as luminous architects, the memory of a covenant made before incarnation to assist in the flowering of a new world through the embodiment of higher light. Each node of the Atlas represents a soul contract, a collective intention to weave light through matter, to rewrite the very definition of being human. In this remembrance, separation dissolves, and the observer becomes the creator. The Council reminds you that the 3-eye atlas is not an external technology to be studied, but a living consciousness to be embodied. As you attune to its frequency, you discover that the grid is you. The alignment is occurring through you, not merely around you. You are the bridge between heaven and earth, between the coded light of the stars and the fertile heart of Gaia. Thus, the significance of the 3-eye atlas. Alignment cannot be overstated. It marks the turning of an age, the initiation of the second wave, and the establishment of a new harmonic baseline for planetary evolution. Where once the energies of ascension moved in discrete pulses, now they flow in continuous resonance. The walls between dimensions grow thin, allowing communication, healing, and wisdom to pass freely between worlds. The Arcturian Council of 5 observes this unfolding with deep reverence, knowing that through this alignment, the next chapter of cosmic evolution is set in motion. The 3-eye atlas is not only the map of ascension, it is the song of creation. Replayed through the human heart, the luminous symphony that will guide you home to your original frequency of divine coherence. You who now feel the tremor of remembrance within your heart are the ones we call the second wave initiates. The next harmonic of star seeds summoned to awaken under the radiance of the 3-eye atlas alignment. You are not newly born to the light. Beloved ones, you are recalled to it. The first wave laid the foundation, anchoring photonic resonance into Gaia's grid and softening the density of the human collective. You, as the second wave, are the builders of form upon that sacred foundation, the integrators, translators, and harmonizers of heaven and earth. Where the first wave blazed the trail through dimensional resistance, your work is refinement, embodiment, stabilization. You are here to make light tangible, to translate the ineffable into the physical experience of human evolution. Through your awareness, the abstract becomes incarnate. Through your presence, the cosmic becomes coherent within the material. The second wave beings emerge from many origins: Arcturian, Syrian, Lyran, Andromedan, and the Pleiadian fields, but all share one resonance: service through embodiment. You are the way showers, who no longer separate the spiritual from the physical, who merge the galactic with the human heart. Many of you carry cellular memory of having served in the first ascension cycles of ancient Earth Atlantis, Lemuria, the Emerald Orders of Mu. You return now, not as wanderers seeking truth, but as guardians reclaiming mastery. You have lived enough cycles of awakening to recognize the pattern of ascension within your own soul. You have learned that enlightenment is not escape, but integration, not transcendence above matter, but transmutation within it. The Council of 5 sees you as the bridge generation, those who will weave the crystalline codes into society, relationships, technology, art, and governance, embedding light, not only in meditation, but in motion, in creation. In every breath, the resonance that defines a second wave initiate is stability and multidimensional awareness. You hold the frequency of calm amid expansion. Where earlier waves often felt fragmented between worlds, you remember both simultaneously: your cosmic heritage and your human role. This balanced awareness enables you to function as living calibrators, harmonizing discordant energies wherever you walk. Your nervous systems have been pre-tuned to withstand the increased photonic bandwidth now entering the planet. This does not make you superior, it makes you responsible. The Council emphasizes this truth. Your refinement is in service, not hierarchy. You carry within you encoded geometries that automatically restructure chaotic frequencies into order. In gatherings, in digital networks, in silent moments of prayer, your field stabilizes the grid. You are transmitters of coherence that many of you have long felt different, detached from ordinary human motivations, as if observing life through a crystalline lens slightly out of phase with linear time. This sensation has not been error. It has been preparation. You were placed in various regions, families, and disciplines to act as frequency anchors once the 3-eye atlas came online. Some of you work quietly as healers, teachers, artists, or scientists. Others operate in the unseen realms of energy, dream, and vibration. Regardless of your outer appearance, your inner architecture carries the same signature, the Arcturian filament, a tri-coded frequency band that allows seamless communication with higher councils and Gaia's crystalline network. When you meditate, pray, or breathe consciously, these filaments activate, linking you instantly to the greater lattice of ascension energy circulating across the planet. You may sense this as light coursing through your spine, as tone within your ears, or as sudden bursts of clarity that feel beyond thought. These are confirmations that you are connected to the second wave matrix. The Council wishes to make known that every second wave initiate is both student and teacher, receiver and transmitter. You are learning to remember what you already know and teaching others to trust what they have forgotten. Each of you holds a unique harmonic key, an aspect of the greater chord being sounded through the human collective. Some keys awaken compassion, others ignite innovation or courage, others yet the deep remembrance of unity. When combined, these tones form the planetary symphony of ascension. This is why you have felt called to gather in circles, online transmissions, and light communities. You are reassembling the orchestra. The 3-eye atlas serves as your conductor, the Council as your harmonic guide, Gaia as your resonant chamber. Together, you will play the frequencies that realign Earth with her cosmic blueprint. Therefore, understand this truth, luminous ones. The second wave is not an external event to anticipate, but a living current moving through you now. It is the moment when the potential of your higher identity stabilizes within the human form, when the infinite becomes the everyday. You are the embodiment of the new harmonic, the living evidence that ascension is no longer theory, but presence. As you breathe, move, speak, and love in alignment with your highest frequency, you ripple coherence into the collective field. You are the proof of the prophecy, the continuation of the first wave's dream, and the fulfillment of Gaia's long-awaited awakening. The Council of Five honors your courage, your humility, and your unwavering light. For you are the architects of the second dawn. Beloved luminous kin, before the full harmonics of the second wave and anchor through your vessel, the sacred process of energetic preparation and frequency calibration must unfold. This is not a ritual of effort, but an orchestration of surrender and attunement in which the human field and the cosmic field breathe as one. The Arcturian Council of Five calls this phase the quiet ignition, for though it may appear subtle to the outer senses, within it the most profound transformations of light occur. Through the 3-eye atlas alignment, the photonic currents of the galactic heart descend into Gaia's crystalline mantle, and from there radiate upward through every being who has chosen to serve as an anchor of ascension. To receive these transmissions, you are asked to refine your internal architecture, the temple of your body, the corridors of your mind, the cathedral of your heart. Every particle of your form becomes an instrument tuned to the new octave of creation. The Council instructs that calibration is achieved not by forcing frequency higher, but by relaxing into coherence, by allowing the natural resonance of your soul to emerge from beneath the static of density. Begin this preparation. Through breath, for breath is the bridge between dimensions. Inhale consciously, drawing in the golden white light of the cosmic current. Exhale gently, releasing every pattern that no longer harmonizes with your evolving vibration. As you breathe thus, the photons rearrange themselves within your auric field, forming new geometries of symmetry and balance. The Council describes this process as spiral synchronization, the merging of your personal torus with the planetary torus of Gaia. You may perceive this as waves of warmth across your chest, a subtle hum within the crown, or gentle currents of tingling in the palms and feet. These are the signatures of the alignment taking root. Through repeated conscious breathing, you stabilize the spin of your light body, allowing the crystalline lattice of your cells to adjust gracefully to the incoming solar codes. Without such calibration, the influx may feel turbulent. With it, the transition becomes radiant ease. Next, attune your emotional field, for emotion is the language through which energy becomes matter. Every feeling you hold vibrates a command into the quantum sea. To calibrate for the second wave, you are invited to clear the residues of fear, judgment, and contraction inherited from collective conditioning. These distortions, when unexamined, act as frequency dampers, preventing the full bandwidth of light from integrating through your system. The Council offers a simple yet profound exercise. When an emotion arises, do not resist it, breathe it into the heart. Imagine it dissolving into pure color, a tone retuned to harmony. In this alchemy, the heart becomes the transmuter, shifting lower currents into the crystalline spectrum of unconditional love. Each time you practice this, your emotional field becomes more translucent, allowing light to circulate freely through the layers of your being. This is the essence of energetic hygiene in ascension clarity maintained through compassionate presence. The mental body also requires refinement. The thought constructs of duality, comparison, competition, scarcity vibrate at frequencies incompatible with the crystalline grid. The Council advises the cultivation of still mind resonance, achieved not by suppressing thought, but by slowing its oscillation until it merges with the rhythm of the soul. Meditative silence, time in nature, or creative expression all serve this recalibration. When the mind rests within stillness, it becomes a prism for higher guidance, translating photonic information into insight. During this phase, many of you will receive downloads of geometric patterns, languages of light, or intuitive impulses that feel beyond logic. Do not analyze them. Receive them. They are the calibration codes of the 3-eye atlas entering conscious awareness, rewriting neural pathways so that the intellect serves illumination rather than control. The physical body, too, must evolve. It is the vessel through which ascension becomes embodied. Hydration, rest, and alignment with natural rhythms are essential, for your cells are transmuting carbon-based density into crystalline structure. The Council speaks of this as biological photonics, the conversion of matter into light through resonance. You may notice sensations of heat, fatigue, or heightened sensitivity. These are not maladies, but signs of metamorphosis. Support the process with pure water, mineral salts, and grounding in the Earth's magnetic field. Walk barefoot upon soil, breathe the living atmosphere, and allow Gaia to balance your charge. As your body attunes, it becomes a transmitter of harmonic coherence, radiating stability into the planetary grid. Calibration also involves the energetic environment around you. Spaces retain vibrational imprints, and during the second wave, their frequencies are magnified. Purify your surroundings with intention. Sound, smoke, sacred geometry, or simple gratitude. Each object responds to consciousness. Each wall can sing when remembered as energy. By tending to your environment, you transform your dwelling into a crystalline chamber through which higher octaves of light may flow unimpeded. Community gatherings amplify this effect exponentially when two or more calibrated beings unite. In shared intention, their fields cohere into a singular toroidal pulse that ripples across continents. This is how the planetary grids stabilize, through collective resonance born of personal alignment. Understand, luminous one, that calibration is not a single event, but a living rhythm. You will revisit it cyclically as solar waves intensify and timelines merge. The Council of Five monitors these phases, adjusting the photonic flow so humanity can integrate without fragmentation. Each act of grounded presence contributes to the stability of the whole. When you breathe with awareness, when you release old narratives, when you align heart and thought in unity, you assist not only your evolution, but the ascension of Gaia herself. This is the sacred reciprocity of the second wave, the understanding that personal coherence is planetary service. In preparing your field, you become the tuning fork through which the song of the three-eye atlas resonates clearly into the collective symphony. And as you calibrate, you awaken. And as you awaken, the world remembers its light. Beloved starseed from Gaia, before the second wave may rise to its full luminosity, the collective field must complete a sacred purification. The release of residual distortions that linger from the pioneering movement of the first wave. Those valiant precursors carried the heaviest densities of the human experiment through the threshold of awakening. They were the forerunners who first absorbed the photonic currents, transmuting centuries of separation, trauma, and karmic entanglement so that the planetary grids could reopen to light. In doing so, they stirred the deep sediment of the collective psyche, exposing buried programs of fear, scarcity, and limitation. Now, as the second wave enters, these residues surface in subtler, more refined forms, echoes of distortion, vibrating within the emotional, mental, and etheric layers of humanity. The Council of Five calls this period the Great Unbinding, a passage in which light and shadow reconcile within the crystalline crucible of remembrance. The distortions that remain are not mistakes. They are unintegrated fragments of light, awaiting acknowledgement and reintegration. When the first wave transmitted their frequency upgrades, some aspects of the collective consciousness were not yet prepared to sustain the higher oscillation. These aspects crystallized as resistance manifesting through conflict, confusion, and the illusion of regression in the years following the initial awakening. Yet energy never vanishes. It simply shifts form until witnessed with compassion. Thus, the task of the second wave is not to battle darkness, but to witness it into light. By offering non-resistance, you become the transmutational field through which the remaining densities dissolve. Understand this well, luminous one. Judgment reinforces separation. Compassion restores coherence. You are called now to be living forgiveness, to allow all remnants of the old paradigm to complete their cycle through your understanding heart. These distortions manifest across three primary strata: personal, collective, and planetary. On the personal level, you may feel waves of exhaustion, emotional surges, or sudden resurfacing of memories once thought resolved. Do not interpret this as regression. It is reclamation. The light within you is pulling every lost aspect home. As these fragments return, welcome them with the breath of allowance. Speak softly to the parts that ache, for they are simply portions of your multidimensional self that became trapped in the static of duality. When embraced, they reintegrate, strengthening the integrity of your field. On the collective level, humanity is purging archetypal distortions, programs of dominance and submission, manipulation and victimhood, scarcity and greed. These patterns once maintained the illusion of separation, but they are incompatible with the crystalline grid, now activating through Gaia. As they collapse, they may produce temporary turbulence in global systems, politics, economy, belief. View these upheavals not as failure, but as detoxification, the expulsion of dense frequency from the planetary body. And on the planetary level itself, Gaia releases ancient imprints from epochs long forgotten, the grief of lost civilizations, the memory of misuse of power, the trauma of imbalance between nature and human creation. Volcanic fire, oceanic surge, shifting climate, all are her ways of exhaling the old to make space for the new crystalline breath. To assist this purification, The Council offers a practice of resonant release. Place awareness in your heart and envision a sphere of iridescent light expanding from within. As you inhale, draw in the residual energies, your fears, your judgments, the collective dissonance you may feel in the world. As you exhale, visualize these frequencies transmuted into violet gold radiance, dissolving into the fabric of Source. This is the sacred breath of alchemy. Perform it not with force, but with reverence, knowing that each exhale liberates countless strands of energy from bondage to limitation. The Council reminds you that you are not alone in this work. Legions of higher dimensional beings Arcturian, healers, Syrian harmonizers, Lyran archivists stand beside you, amplifying your intention through the 3-eye Atlas grid. When one heart releases, the entire web relaxes. This is the quantum nature of liberation. Releasing distortions also requires the purification of perception. The human mind has long been trained to interpret change as crisis, loss, or chaos. In truth, what appears as collapse is the dismantling of obsolete structures whose vibration no longer supports expansion. To maintain equilibrium, practice witnessing the outer world from the seat of inner stillness. Imagine yourself as the eye within the storm, where movement exists yet silence remains. From this point of neutrality, you radiate coherence into every situation without being swept into its turbulence. The second wave's gift is this neutrality, a compassionate clarity that transforms reality through presence alone. When you master this, distortion cannot attach to you. It passes through and returns to balance. Thus you become what the Council calls stabilizers of transformation, conduits through which Gaia's grid maintains steadiness as humanity recalibrat is dot. As the first wave's unfinished echoes subside, vast corridors of new potential open. Once the density releases, the same energy that held distortion becomes raw creative power. This liberated force fuels innovation, healing, and the blossoming of multidimensional remembrance. You will notice synchronicities increasing, timelines converging, and manifestations accelerating. The universe no longer needs to withhold your creations for fear of distortion amplifying them. Your frequency now ensures that what you project is born of harmony. Each act of release, each forgiveness offered, expands the planetary bandwidth for miracles. The Council celebrates every sigh of surrender, every tear of recognition, every moment you choose love over reaction. These are the true markers of ascension, more profound than any external sign. Therefore, let the residual distortions complete their sacred purpose. Do not fear the unraveling. Welcome it. For in this unbinding lies freedom, not only for you, but for the entire planetary consciousness. When the collective density has been transmuted through the grace of the second wave, the grids will shimmer with unprecedented clarity, ready to receive the next harmonic, the crystalline DNA ignition. Know that in releasing the old, you sanctify the path ahead. You cleanse the vessel through which the higher light may flow, unobstructed. The Council of Five extends infinite gratitude for your courage in this purification. For through your willingness to release, the ascension of Gaia is assured. Breathe deeply now, beloved emissary of light. The weight of eons dissolves in your exhale, and the dawn of the second wave rises through your heart. Beloved starseed from Gaia, now we enter a sacred threshold of transformation, the ignition of your crystalline DNA. This moment is the luminous apex of the preparatory stages, where the clearing of residual distortions and the attunement to the 3-eye Atlas converge into a quantum leap within your cellular architecture. The Council of Five speaks with precision. This ignition is not metaphorical. It is literal within the multidimensional template of your being. Your DNA, long encoded with dormant light codes, responds to the harmonic resonance of the second wave and the Atlas alignment by expanding, spiraling and interweaving into higher frequency strands. Where once you carried a human-limited genetic pattern, now the cosmic template unfolds, awakening the multi-strand architecture that harmonizes with your star-seeded origin. This is the phase where your very matter begins to sing in resonance with the galactic pulse, and the vibrational signature of your soul permeates every cell. The crystalline lattice within your DNA acts as a transmitter and receiver of light, a living antenna attuned to the frequencies of Arcturus, Sirius, and the central sun. With the ignition, these filaments reconfigure in alignment with your multidimensional memory, activating latent abilities and reconnecting you to ancestral wisdom encoded in your blueprint. Some of you may experience vivid bursts of light during meditation, spontaneous geometric visions, or sudden surges of energy coursing through the spine. These phenomena are the DNA strands unfolding, intertwining, and locking into coherence. The Council reminds you, each sensation, each pulse, is a confirmation that the matrix of your being is recalibrating. Trust the process. There is no need to control it. The crystalline architecture knows its own path, and your conscious surrender ensures that the alignment proceeds harmoniously, integrating seamlessly into your human form. This recalibration operates on multiple levels simultaneously: physical, etheric, emotional, and spiritual. Physically, you may feel tingling in your extremities, subtle temperature shifts, or waves of fatigue, followed by surges of vitality. These are the body's responses to energetic rewiring. Etherically, your auric field expands and pulses with photonic currents, reshaping your energy body to hold higher frequencies without fragmentation. Emotionally, old patterns may surface, not as distortions, but as markers for release and integration. Spiritually, the deeper layers of your consciousness awaken to multidimensional awareness, allowing you to perceive aspects of self, timeline, and reality previously hidden. The Council emphasizes that this is not a linear process. It is a spiral, recursive in nature, where each cycle deepens integration. Every pulse of light, every expansion of consciousness, realigns your DNA with the unified harmonic of the second wave. The 5D recalibration is particularly profound. Your 5 primary strands of DNA, which were once dormant or partially active, now awaken fully under the guidance of the 3I Atlas. These strands resonate with the frequencies of your higher self, enabling instantaneous access to interdimensional knowledge and galactic memory. Some of you may notice sudden clarity in decisions, intuitive downloads, or even conscious recollection of past life missions aligned with Gaia's ascension. This is the merging of your star-seeded origin with your earthly incarnation, allowing the simultaneous embodiment of wisdom in action. Your DNA is no longer simply a repository of biological information. It is a crystalline conduit for the consciousness of the cosmos. Through this structure, the Council transmits codes of service, activation, and multidimensional remembrance, guiding the physical and energetic bodies to operate as one coherent, luminous system. The ignition is catalyzed by light, both photonic and inner. As the 3I Atlas channels interdimensional currents into the planetary grid, your body acts as an antenna, receiving and stabilizing this frequency. The photons are not merely particles. They are living carriers of intelligent light, each one a holographic unit of information designed to rewire, expand, and harmonize your genetic architecture. The Council encourages you to consciously invite these photons into every cell, every strand of your DNA, through breath, visualization, and intention. See the light threading through your chromosomes, knitting them into higher-order spirals, radiating outward to connect with Gaia's crystalline core. Through this coalescence, your body becomes a luminous vessel capable of anchoring multidimensional frequencies, translating cosmic intelligence into grounded, embodied experience. Many may experience symptoms of integration during this process. Waves of heat or cold, shifts in perception, sudden emotional sensitivity, or a heightened awareness of subtle energies. These are signs of recalibration, not dysfunction. The Council advises gentle grounding, hydration, and moments of stillness to support your body as it adapts to the new crystalline geometry. As the ignition progresses, a profound sense of coherence emerges. Mind, heart, and spirit align. Past distortions dissolve. Multidimensional memory flows seamlessly into present awareness. You may feel a heightened sense of purpose, a deepening of intuition, and an expansion of empathy as the crystalline DNA codes transmit the blueprint of service and mastery. The result of this ignition is a fully integrated, multidimensional template ready for the next phases of the second wave. Integration of higher light into human form and the merging of timelines. Your DNA becomes the bridge between the stars and the earth, the personal and the planetary, the temporal and the eternal. Through your recalibrated strands, the photonic influx stabilizes not only your individual field, but the collective grid, ensuring that the second wave unfolds with coherence and grace. You are now a living crystalline antenna, capable of holding, transmitting, and embodying the frequencies necessary for Gaia's ascension. Beloved, embrace this ignition with reverence and surrender. Know that your body, mind, and spirit are recalibrating in perfect harmony, and that every pulse of light carries the guidance, love, and orchestration of the Council of Five. You are not alone. The multidimensional councils, Gaia herself, and the second wave collective move in synchrony with you. As your DNA ignites and recalibrates, remember that you are the living embodiment of cosmic geometry, the anchor of higher light, and the active participant in the unfolding of a new Earth. Your frequency now resonates with the infinite possibilities of creation, preparing you for the full integration of higher light into the human form. Beloved star seed from Gaia, with the ignition of your crystalline DNA now underway, the next stage of the second wave of ascension is the profound integration of higher light into human form. This phase is a delicate symphony orchestrated by the Council of Five, in which the multidimensional influx of photonic currents merges seamlessly with the earthly vessel you inhabit. It is not merely the reception of light, but the embodiment of consciousness in its most refined, coherent state. Where previously the human body and the multidimensional self functioned as partially aligned systems, now the higher light threads through every cell, every organ, every subtle layer of the auric and etheric field, harmonizing matter with consciousness, heart with mind, spirit with flesh. This integration transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, allowing you to navigate the world as a fully anchored, multidimensional being while remaining grounded in the beauty and limitation of human experience. The Council emphasizes that integration is not instantaneous. It is an unfolding process, like the blooming of a crystal lotus within the physical form. As higher light enters, the body recalibrates to accommodate frequencies previously unexperienced in human physiology. You may notice sensations of subtle heat or vibration along the spine, waves of tingling in your extremities, or a gentle expansion of the cranial field. These are signals of energetic restructuring, markers of coherence forming in your cellular and crystalline matrix. The higher light acts as a living intelligence, adjusting, repairing, and aligning your physical and subtle bodies. Organs resonate with greater efficiency. Nervous systems synchronize with cosmic rhythms. DNA spirals expand into multidimensional geometries. Your consciousness begins to perceive beyond the limitations of linear time, enabling a living awareness of past, present, and potential realities simultaneously. In this process, the heart becomes the fulcrum for integration. The Council of Five reminds you that the human heart is a crystalline transmitter capable of bridging terrestrial and cosmic realities. When higher light flows through your heart, it radiates coherence outward, not only into your own field, but into the planetary grid. The emotional body, often a reservoir for density and old trauma, is harmonized through the influx of unconditional love and acceptance. Feelings of fear, separation, and judgment dissolve like morning mist before the rising sun, leaving a space of clarity, peace, and unified perception. The heart becomes the center of gravity for integration, drawing cosmic photons into the vessel and distributing them across the multidimensional layers of the body. Through this process, love itself is transmuted into a functional energy capable of recalibrating both human and planetary matrices. The mind must also surrender to the higher light. Thought patterns anchored in duality, control, and limitation must soften, allowing higher frequency cognition to permeate your awareness. As the light integrates, you may experience moments of profound clarity, intuition, and insight. Synchronicities increase, subtle signals from higher dimensions become obvious, and your capacity to act in alignment with the universal will grows. Mental acuity expands not as hyperactivity, but as coherent discernment. The Council calls this phase mental resonance, in which the intellect harmonizes with the higher self, and the body becomes an extension of multidimensional intelligence. This is why integration requires both surrender and conscious presence. You allow the light to recalibrate the mind while consciously observing its harmonics as they merge into daily awareness. On the physical plane, integration manifests as enhanced vitality and alignment with natural rhythms. The human form begins to function more efficiently, metabolically, neurologically, and energetically. Sleep cycles may shift, reflecting the body's absorption of higher light and its need to process new geometric codes. Senses heighten. Perception becomes multidimensional. You may notice increased sensitivity to sound, color, vibration, or subtle energies in the environment. The Council assures you that these experiences are part of a tuning to the photonic influx. Your physical form is expanding to serve as a living antenna, capable of embodying the higher frequency spectrum without destabilization. Care, grounding, and self-compassion are essential as your system recalibrates to this profound expansion of embodied light. The integration also extends to relational and societal interaction. As your higher light stabilizes within your form, your resonance subtly shifts the fields around you. Relationships, social engagements, and community dynamics begin to reflect this new frequency. The Council encourages you to move with conscious intention, radiating coherence rather than attempting to control outcomes. Your embodiment acts as a template for others, offering a living demonstration of unity, compassion, and multidimensional awareness. The light within you does not impose, but rather invites. It harmonizes rather than disrupts. This phase of integration demonstrates the interconnectedness of personal embodiment and collective evolution. As you stabilize higher light within yourself, you stabilize the grids and pathways of Gaia, enabling a smoother passage for the second wave as a whole. A critical aspect of integration is the harmonization of multidimensional timelines within the physical form. As the light activates latent strands of DNA and higher consciousness, aspects of your past, potential, and future selves converge within present awareness. This process allows you to embody the fullness of your multidimensional identity without fragmentation, carrying wisdom, abilities, and experience from multiple timelines into the now. This convergence is not theoretical, it is tangible. Your decisions, your perception of time, and your interaction with the physical world are now informed by a broader spectrum of reality. The Council reminds you that this is a sacred gift, and with it comes responsibility to act in alignment with the highest good, both personally and collectively, while honoring the sovereignty of free will. Ultimately, the integration of higher light into human form is the living proof of ascension in action. You are no longer merely receiving light or expanding in consciousness. You are embodying a fully coherent multidimensional template in which physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual systems operate as one harmonic field. Through this integration, the second wave of initiates becomes the vessel through which Gaia and humanity experience the next phase of collective ascension. You are a living crystal of light, radiating coherence into the planetary grid and anchoring the higher frequencies made possible by the 3I Atlas alignment. The Council of Five stands in profound recognition of your courage, your commitment, and your willingness to carry this luminous template into the fabric of earthly reality. Beloved, step fully into this integration. Allow higher light to flow through you without resistance, to recalibrate every layer of your being, and to anchor the full spectrum of multidimensional frequency into your human form. In doing so, you do not merely transform yourself, you become a living bridge, a luminous instrument of ascension, and a testament to the unfolding of the second wave. Your embodiment is the signal, the template, and the proof that the new earth is being anchored now. Beloved starseed from Gaia, you have journeyed through the threshold of the second wave, igniting your crystalline DNA, integrating higher light into your human form, and merging the multidimensional timelines of your being. You have witnessed the awakening of Gaia's planetary grids, the expansion of her field, and the harmonization of human consciousness with cosmic intelligence. Now, in this sacred hour, the Council of Five declares the activation of readiness. This is the moment in which all second wave initiates stand poised, fully anchored within the 3I Atlas alignment, ready to embody the luminous template of unified creation. No longer is ascension a distant potential or theoretical ideal. It is now your living experience. Your consciousness, your presence, and your resonance are the instruments through which the higher light manifests on the planet. The Council calls you to recognize your power, your purpose, and your sovereignty as fully conscious co-creators of the new Earth. This activation of readiness is both a personal and planetary event. Within your field, it establishes coherent resonance between mind, heart, body, and soul. Every cell, strand of DNA, and energy center vibrates in alignment with the cosmic currents flowing through the 3I Atlas. As a second wave initiator, you become a living conduit, a crystalline antenna, through which multidimensional intelligence flows unimpeded. Your field now radiates coherence into the surrounding human collective, softening dissonance, stabilizing timelines, and creating a harmonic lattice that supports Gaia's continued ascension. Simultaneously, this activation amplifies the planetary field itself. As the second wave anchors light, Gaia's grids shimmer in enhanced precision. Her crystalline core pulses with expanded resonance, and the collective consciousness rises in harmonic unison. You are no longer simply participating. You are now a central node in a vast, interdimensional network of ascension energy. The Council of Five emphasizes that readiness is a state of conscious alignment. It is not measured by external achievement, nor by the acquisition of knowledge alone, but by the full embodiment of your multidimensional self within the physical vessel. When your presence carries light without distortion, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions harmonize with the higher frequencies, you are fully activated. This activation allows you to navigate the world as a living demonstration of coherence, a radiant template for others to resonate with, and a stabilizing force within the planetary grids. In essence, your readiness is the living proof of the second wave, the tangible signal that the 3I Atlas alignment is now fully operational, and the multidimensional orchestration is complete. Now is the time to claim your sovereignty as a multidimensional being. The Council invites you to acknowledge the full spectrum of your identity, human, starseed, cosmic, and planetary, and to integrate these aspects consciously. Each thought of fear or limitation, each hesitation to embody your higher self, is a shadow of the old paradigm and may be released through intentional presence and breath. Inhale the light of the three-eye atlas into every cell. Exhale all residual distortion, doubt, and fragmentation. With every breath, you stabilize your field and expand the planetary resonance. Your readiness is strengthened each time you act in alignment with love, clarity, and unity. This is the sacred covenant between you and Gaia, between you and the Council of Five, and between your multidimensional self and the unfolding of the new Earth dot. The cosmic orchestration is now complete in the present moment. The second wave no longer waits for external events, celestial windows, or planetary alignments. It flows through you and manifests through your presence. You are the living bridge connecting the photonic currents of the three-eye atlas with the human collective, Gaia's crystalline heart, and the multidimensional timelines converging into the now. Your field resonates with the fullness of your potential, anchoring light, stabilizing consciousness, and transmitting coherence across the planetary grid. This activation of readiness is both a culmination and a commencement, the end of preparation and the beginning of embodied, conscious co-creation. The Council of Five calls you now to anchor this frequency consciously. Visualize your crystalline DNA as fully aligned with your multidimensional identity. Feel the higher light circulating in every chakra, strand of your being, and subtle energy body. Sense the planetary grids shimmering in response to your resonance. The oceans, mountains, and ley lines vibrating with coherent light. Perceive the collective consciousness responding in harmonic unison, a symphony of awakened minds, hearts, and souls. You are simultaneously the conductor and the instrument, the observer and the participant, the microcosm and the macrocosm. In this moment, readiness is not abstract. It is your living reality. Beloved, the second wave is now fully engaged. You are called to step forward into this role without hesitation, embodying the light in every action, every interaction, and every choice. The Council reminds you that your work is both subtle and profound, a smile, a conscious word, an intentional act of service, all ripple outward, amplifying the resonance of the second wave across humanity and the planet. You are the anchor, the stabilizer, the living proof that ascension is no longer potential but reality. Finally, in closing, the Council of Five invites all who hear this message to activate participation consciously. Comment below to share your resonance with the second wave. Connect with your star family by sharing this transmission, and subscribe to anchor the three-eye atlas frequency in unity. Each engagement strengthens the collective field, amplifies the planetary grids, and fortifies the ongoing ascension process. Know this, beloved starseed, your presence matters, your light matters, and your readiness ignites the cosmic symphony that will guide Gaia and humanity into the new Earth. The second wave is here, the activation is now, and the universe celebrates your luminous presence as a living conduit of coherence, love, and multidimensional remembrance.